In May 1845, 129 men sailed into the unknown to find the legendary Northwest Passage.
London cheered as the Erebus and Terror set sail, symbols of Britain's naval might.
Sir John Franklin was a hero of his age, convinced that steam and iron would win.
The ships were titans of technology, carrying internal heating and massive engines.
They carried enough food for 3 years, sealed in the new miracle of tinned cans. Officers dined on fine china, bringing the comforts of London to the edge of the world. But the Arctic is a maze of moving mountains, a place where nature rules supreme.
In 1846, near King William Island, the sea froze solid and refused to let go.
The ships became frozen prisons, shivering under the relentless pressure of the ice. Captain Crozier of the Terror knew the danger, sensing a winter that might never end. The first winter was cruel. 3 young men were buried in the frozen, rocky earth. By 1847, the commander was dying, his dreams of glory fading into a cold fever. Sir John Franklin died in June, his body committed to the deep, icy silence. Francis Crozier was now in command, inherited a mission that was rapidly failing. The food was rotting. Lead from the solder was poisoning their minds and bodies. Scurvy took hold, turning the crew into ghosts of the men who had left London. With the coal gone and food low, they made the desperate choice to abandon ship.
On April 26, 1848, 105 survivors began a long walk toward a distant trading post. They dragged heavy boats filled with silverware and books, weight they did not need.
One by one, they dropped their burdens, and then they began to drop themselves. Inuit hunters saw them. They described men who were starving and losing their minds.
Even James Fitzjames, once so full of life, fell on the march and never rose again.
Starvation led to the unthinkable. The survivors began to feed on the fallen. Modern DNA and bone analysis proved the horror. Cannibalism was their final resort. What happened to Crozier? Some say he lived among the Inuit for many years.
Lady Jane never gave up, spending her fortune to find the truth of her husband.
In 1859, a search party found the Victory Point note, the only written record.
It took 170 years for the sea to give up its ghosts, starting with the Erebus.
In 2016, the Terror was found, sitting upright, as if waiting for its crew to return.
The story of the Franklin expedition is a haunting tale of pride and survival.
129 men, each with a name and a story, lost to the heart of the frozen maze.
Today the passage is open, but it was paved with the bones of those who failed.
The Arctic remembers the Terror and the Erebus, the ships that never came home.
A mystery frozen in time, finally reaching its cold and silent conclusion.